Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's get these two halves together. Okay, here's the story so far. I got the lines here run for the impulse engines. Main lighting wire is run now, and I got the navigation lines run. I just got to hook the wiring for both halves together. But I still got to get these wires here a little more organized here for port and starboard engines. Okay, and this is the main line that gets connected to the lower hull to light up the top section of lights. So it's just those, and I got the lines here for this navigation hook up to the upper ones here. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna get these wrapped together, so they're gonna be run down the tube as well for the model. Alright, I'm just gonna start connecting these here. Get these wires all connected to where they're supposed to go. Alright. Think that's bright enough? Alrighty, okay. I already got those lines run. This here is navigation, which connects down here. I need a little extra length. Okay, now I got all the wiring run here. Now it goes down through there. And looks good. Just got to get it run down through the stand. Okay, so I got all of these labeled here for what is what. So I'm going to run each separate line, get it run down to the stand, and put the labels back on, just so I know what goes where onto the circuit board. Amazingly enough, all that wiring fit in there beautifully, and it all comes out nice. Got everything all relabeled there. Looks good. Just got to tighten it up there, get this back into the model there, and it's looking good. Coming together, looking good. Now, I had to use one of those arms on here to hold up the rear end of the ship. See, I got padding up here so it won't damage the paint. I did not bother drilling the hole. So it looks good. Not too bad. Looks good. Okay, so I'm not going to close up the model just yet until I get all the wiring hooked up to the circuit board and do a lighting test, make sure everything's working okay. And then I will close it up because, you know, if something goes wrong, I don't want to have to crack it open again. Okay, so I got the plans there. Just going to get it all hooked up here. Just got it all glued in place there. Looks good. Make sure nothing is interfering with the antenna. Now it does go a little bit higher than this, but I'm gonna add strips along the side here to raise this up so this doesn't get hit. But I'll do that after I get everything all hooked up here. Okay, that's the main power for the lights. Okay, this is the port engine, so obviously this is the starboard engine here. Might work on that one first. Then we got the impulse here, navigation lights. Okay. Now I almost forgot. I gotta have a plug in there and a switch to turn everything on and off. So I couldn't put it in sideways, it's just too thick. So I got it this way. Looks good underneath here. So that's not bad. Looks good. Big mismatch of wires there. Everything's all hooked up there. Okay. Button D turns it on. Let's see. C. What does C do again here? A. Oh, A shuts off the navigation lights and then turns them back on. Anyway, I'll have to play around with it. It looks pretty good. I'm having issues though with the rear impulse lights, so another good reason why I didn't glue the two halves together, because now I got to figure out why that's not firing up. Like these ones here are turning on. What are they supposed to? Anyway, I have to keep playing with it. But looks really good. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. I like it. Oh boy. I got rid of those light strips and I put the 5mm blues in here for the aft impulse engines. Okay, let's do another light test here. All right, they are on now, but pretty dim compared to the other lights here. So probably just got to reduce the resistor on them just a little bit, because I got a 470 on there right now, and see what happens after that. Yeah, that's better now. So I got a 91 ohm resistor on those. Okay, so that there was not working, that strobe there, so I'll replace that. It's working fine now. Okay, so I got all of these covered over now with the heat shrink, so there won't be any shorts. Got the positive here going to the switch, positive there going to the plug, negative here going to the board. Completes the circuit. Okay, looks good. Looking good. Looking very good. Oh, mamma mia. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I think it's safe enough to be able to close it up now. Okay, so I got that all on there now. Only took about 20 minutes. But, and then I broke off the other arm. So a good thing I had another one to replace it. I still got one more. Let's hope I don't break that one. So I gotta let the glue set on that, and then I can get it all fixed up. All right. Oh, she's kind of finally coming together. Looking good. All right, looking good. Looking really good. See, I puttied in areas along the hull here. There were small openings and the light was still getting through. So I got that fixed up now. Later on, I'll have to go back after this sets and do some repainting. You can see there's still parts here I have to put on yet. I just wanted to wait till this whole thing was put together before I put the rest of the parts on, and that looks really good. Quick light test. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. I use that Gorilla Glue stuff that expands, because I really needed to shore that up. So it seems to be working fine. Alright, so I'm gonna go and start putting these pieces together here. I got them all painted up properly now. Let's get those in. I got the impulse engines in there too. Looks good. It's gonna be stubborn. Alright, so I got them on there finally. Had to take the end caps off and I'll put them back on later. So I got it really glued up good there. Got to let that set on both sides. Do a little bit of touch-up painting. Looks good. And then reinstall the end caps. So let's move on to getting these side pieces on here. Not too bad. Looks good. Very nice. Okay. Very nice. Okay, got the end caps back on there. Looks good. So I guess when you put it together, put the end caps in last. You know, it really pays to follow the instructions. I'm just going to fill up the open areas along in here with the putty. Get that all covered in. And that looks not too bad though. But let's get that covered in. Okay, I had to put the clamp back on there. Added more glue in the back there because this back here popped off. It happens. And there was still an opening in here in the strut, so I had to fill that up with goop so no light pops through. And that's all I really needed right there. Okay, this side's not too bad. It's pretty filled in. Gotta let that set now. Just trying to fill in all the little leftover cracks and stuff there. Okay, I'm just going to get, I think these are the intercoolers put together, and then put them on the outsides here of the warp grills. Alright, let's get those in place. Look good, looking not bad, very nice. Okay, so I'm going to get these other small little panel detailings on here now. I'm not going to worry too much about the deflector just yet. It's a lot of delicate parts, and if I'm still moving the model around, I don't want my hand to hit it and then snap off and stuff. So it's probably going to be one of the very last things I put on the model. So I just got a little cleanup here I need to do, and I still got to paint these thruster ports yet. But it's getting there. Okay, let's get the rest of these thrusters in place here. There's obvious little gaps in here. I'll have to putty them after. You can see the little gap there. And over here, so I just got to putty those and then paint them afterwards, and it'll look pretty good. Alright, looking really good, looking really good. So I got a bunch of touch-up paintings that I did here along the front here. All of this had to be retouched. When I had all the lights off and I did a light test, and I found areas underneath here where the light was shining through the hull, so I had to retouch up all around there with a darker color and then recoat over top with the hull color. So that's all taken care of, and it looks a lot better. So I guess from now on, when I do models of this size, put primer on the inside and outside of the model, and then do on the inside a chrome silver over top of the primer, and that will pretty much guarantee no more late leakage through the plastic. So okay, so still just a tiny amount of touch-up painting I need to do. You see all the areas here all covered in now where there were gaps. There's no gaps anymore. I think it's pretty much safe now where I can put the deflector dish on the front here, get that finished off, and all the small little antenna crop outs that come on there and there I can put on now. Actually thinking about it, because I still have the Aztec decals to put on yet. So the very last thing I'm going to do is put these on the very last. There's these little antenna things that stick out for the sensors. So those are going to go on the very, very last is what I'm going to do. It's just, I don't want them breaking off on me when I'm putting on the Aztec decals and stuff like that. I just don't want to deal with that hassle. So that's all done. Yeah, so I'm just going to let this thing set overnight, and then I can start on the Aztecs. Alright, I finished off with the touch-up painting now. So I'm going to take these areas here and get the rest of the pieces on there now. There, and little things here and there that need to go on, like this section's here. And get the navigational deflector all put together now, and we are looking good. Now just the dish. Alright, looks not too bad. Okay, just get a touch-up painting on that, and that is finished. Alright, now as I said before, I'm not going to put any of those little tiny dishes on just yet. They stick out and they're just too delicate until I get the Aztec decals on. And we are ready to start doing that right now. Alright, and this is all here. Looks good. I'll leave a link down below where you can get your Aztec decals from this outfit from the UK that produce these. One thing you got to remember is they use an ink printer to print these onto the water slide decal sheets. So what you need to do is you have to put a clear coat over top to seal it in. If you don't, as soon as you put it in water, it starts running. So you do not want to do that. I put about 2 coats of clear coat on here. You can even do 3 coats, whatever. These decals came with the model, so you don't have to worry about those. You got these as well. So, yeah, so, okay. So you have options here of what you want to use. If you want to use those, use them or don't. So I'm probably just going to stick with these ones here. Comes with a sheet here for the decal placements. So sections like under here, it's really big, so I'm gonna have to put these probably in quarters. So like slice it there and then slice it down here, and maybe slice there and slice there. Put these all on different sections. These ones here aren't too big, they look good. Okay, not bad. And once you put the clear coat on, don't put these sheets one on top of the other, otherwise they'll stick to each other, and then, well, that would be unfortunate. Okay, so before getting started here, I just had to figure out where these go, because there's no numbers on here. Even though it's numbered on the plans here, they don't have the numbers on here. So I figured out these sections are the bottom half. These are the top. One thing I like about this outfit is that it comes with extra decals. You can see it's doubled here, so I guess it's just because they wanted to fill up space on the sheet. Well, I'm glad they did, just in case you screw up on one, you got another one. Alright, so there's like small little sections here. I still have to figure out where they go, but I'll figure it out eventually as I get down to lower and lower amount of decals. I can get it figured out. Yeah, that's about the only thing I have a small complaint about, is none of them are numbered. They're just blank. There's no numbers to follow along with the directions here. But yeah, so I guess what I can do is find the parts here, the decals, and on the plans here, and just put a little number on them, just so I can figure it out for myself. Well, psych! This is it for this episode. Sorry guys, we are going to be finishing off the build in the next episode. Please like, subscribe, comment, don't forget to share, and click that notification bell for any future uploads. If you have any questions, or you want me to do commission work for you, contact me at epic.models@gmail.com. See you later. Bye-bye.